Today we're going to be learning how to make a face mask with a replaceable polypropylene filter. You can use cotton cloth for filters if you choose to, but it's up to you. Either way, it's replaceable. So here we go. First, we're going to start off with the things that you need. You're going to need your fabric. You need whatever pattern you choose. This one has been very common throughout the internet. I've just cut the end of it off, and I've made it a little bigger than what's been shown on the internet, because the one on the internet was just a little bit small for what I was doing. Some stretchy cord, some elastic cord. You can also use hair bands if you want to. They tend to be a little bit on the short side when you're using hair bands, and because the hair bands are rounded over, it makes it a little bit more difficult to mess with when you're sewing on a machine and such. But they do work. You can use them, and it's not a problem. A pencil that's a contrasting color. You can use color pencils or a pen. If you use it, just keep in mind it does not come out of the fabric, so whatever marks you make, it's not coming out. A good strong thread, sharp pair of scissors, or a self-healing mat with a rotary blade. Okay. First, you're going to take your pattern and cut 4 panels out. Because we're going to make it with a replaceable filter, you will need 4 of them, so that way it covers inside and out. If you're using a more rigid fabric that's not very breathable, this is where we would cut a cross in it to make an opening for that filter to actually be utilized more so than the fabric itself. If you have a very breathable material, such as if you're using just a cotton fabric, something like that, you won't necessarily need this. So you can save yourself some time if you're using a breathable material. But like I said, if you're using a stiff material, you're going to want those holes in there. So go ahead and cut 4 panels out. Once you have your 4 panels cut out, go ahead and cut those crosses, like I said, if it's a more stiff material. At this point, I'm going to switch to a different fabric. I mean, similar fabric, but different color. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take those crosses and fold them over. Fold them over and then stitch them in place, so that way you have your openings. And then you're going to take 2 panels, put them together, and then stitch around the edge, leaving this face open. Here you can see what it looks like once we go ahead and fold those over. Use your iron to iron them flat, so that way you're not fighting it as you're going through the machine. Iron them flat, stitch around the edge, then go ahead, flip it over. You'll be able to see that you got a good edge that's not going to fall apart on you. And take both panels, put them together, and then stitch around the edge all the way until it looks like this, and you get the front open. At this point, what you're going to do is take these, flip them inside out, or right side out, and you're going to press those corners out real good. If you got to take something and stick them in the edge to really get those out there, and then iron it flat. After you iron it flat, you're going to take one of these edges and just fold it in a little bit and iron it, and then stitch that edge. At this point you can see what it looks like with it what I was talking about, with it folded over. Just press it flat, fold it over, and then you can stitch the edge of it like this, or you can leave it flat like that. The only thing is, if you leave it flat like that, it could come unfolded, but it's never really been a concern. I've made them with it just folded over, and I've made them stitched either way. But the next step, what you're gonna do is, once you have two of these made, remember to flip them right side out like this, to where you've got two panels sewn together. And once you have them together, you're gonna take the two panels and put them so that this side is on the outside, and then run them through the sewing machine, stitching this edge together. Once you've stitched that edge together, then what you'll have is your face mask with an open pocket. Okay. From there, all you gotta do is attach your elastic cord. You can use one band, or you can connect it right here and just make ear loops. Some people find it more comfortable to have one band that goes around to the back of your head. Others just prefer the ear loops. Either way, at that point, the next thing you're going to have is the replaceable filter that we discussed. This replaceable filter can be the filter you can use either cotton fabric, or you could also use polypropylene. Polypropylene, if you Google it, the most common thing you're going to find is your N95 masks, and you're also going to find it in hardware stores. It's commonly used for gardens to keep grass and weeds from taking over your gardens. Same stuff, but the layers, like if you put a couple layers, then you'll have more filtration, obviously. At that point, it's just going to be a little, the more layers you put, the more restricted your breathing's going to be. So I usually put 2 layers for each side, or I take one piece, fold it over, and just cut my rectangle out. Cut a rectangle out and fit it straight across both sides. So I flip it inside out, feed one side in, and then the other. Once you have your filter in there, flip it right side out, and now your filter's in place. And that's it. Go ahead and hit that like, let me know what you think, and post any comments, make things better or whatever. Thanks for watching my video. Have a nice day.